I'm going to try to make this very short because I'm just not on top of things today. Um, I just briefly saw one of your little videos about contacting Martha, Catherine, and your Aunt Starla. Well, I'm going to correct you. Starla is not your aunt. She is your cousin. And I know you lie so much you don't even know what you lie about. You told some really vicious things about her mother, and her daughter. And I don't think she'd have anything kind to say to you. When she ever did anything, which Sarah's going to address here soon, a few of them are coming here. And when I say a few of them, I mean and this is hard for you to understand, I'm talking about my immediate family, my children, who are grown. All right, so don't be dragging no one else in that ain't in. You want everybody, Catherine didn't even have a TV for the longest time. She's never had internet. She's never been on any of these, anywhere, YouTube, any social media site ever. She's been busy working her butt off and making a life for herself and to make something to leave her daughter. She doesn't deserve you putting her full name out there and sending people to talk to her. That's wrong. She is almost 75 years old, a widow, to a man who did not wear dresses, by the way. Very much a man's man, which you lie all the time about. Why? That's what I want to know. And now, poor Martha, she had her phone number put out there. She's never been on any of this stuff. She don't even know how to look up something. I look it up for her and show her things. Again, you put her phone number out there. You're not even considerate, that her husband died. You are so sickening. I really don't know what to do with you except maybe get on here and just start lying about you. Except I'll make sure I tell them this is a story. I'm just making it up because you know what? I don't know what else to do. I mean, you're hiding behind everything. I really got to think about this. And as far as me, I mean, what's your game? What do you think is going to happen to me if you convince the world I'm a millionaire? If I was a millionaire, it would be, this wouldn't even be happening right now. I'm telling you that, it wouldn't be happening. I would have legally had you shut up. I could, I could afford to just take money and put it down there and get you to stop making videos about myself, and I would have covered my children, grown children, and their children. I what is the game to that? What are you trying to do? I know you, and so you got a plan, and I really think it's that you want people to just come after me for any reason you can think of. You've tried every group there is to come after me with some lies. You've tried making it, you know, you've tried everything. And throwing out, saying things like, oh, I went to Florida to see, I don't have a family lawyer. Now some of our family down in Florida, your cousin, for instance, the one you want to, the family she was married to did have, and does, have legal people in it. And they have some of your videos, and I said last year, if they want to come after you, they can. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to go that route because I can't really, I'm not a millionaire. You're not worth it, Mary. You're not worth it. This way it doesn't cost anything for me to speak up for myself and my children and family here. But you're not worth any money, okay? You're not worth one dime. I'm just trying to get through life just like everybody else. And it's a struggle for me. But then, Martha, let's get back to Martha. currently she's, she's been in the hospital now for a while. And that's, my trip had to be short down there, and I did what, I grew up there. You say stupid. If I go to Florida, it's because I want to visit home. If I decide to do a combination of researching and stuff, well, that's my business, okay? And that's my home, and I'll go anytime I want to. I'll go anywhere I want to. I don't do anything illegal. I'm not going to I'm not going and I don't feel like I need to justify anything with you. I just wonder what your game is. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do? In fact, I got to put this together because who gets on there and proclaims something like you do? That you just, I just wish I knew what your mind, I think you have convinced yourself you are the greatest. And you're the smartest, and you're the most beautiful, and you're the most deserving. Well, you know what? If you'd have been so deserving, you wouldn't be a millionaire because there wasn't nothing like that there. But you got everything in that condo. We told you we would not stop you from getting the land if you could, even though you didn't have enough sense to, but that's not our business. But now you just keep on pushing me. And you keep on pushing.
And me.
And Sarah.
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
She's here and she's not happy with you, and her brother are going over your videos.
Yeehaw!
One at a time, and they're going through them. And we're scheduling a little sit down here. It's going to be a very long recording, unfortunately, because they're going to address some of the things that they personally know because they were there. Like my mother's last day on this earth, and how you just, that video is the one that just made me tell them, please guys, just go watch the videos and then we'll sit down and talk about it. Because you, Sarah come in there when the nurses were telling you to leave because you were yelling at my mom, wanting her to go into a home so that, because you couldn't handle it. And you really wanted me gone. Well, you know what? I'm still not gone. And I'm leaving behind some that won't be gone. And I'm going to tell you something. They got a lot to say. They got a lot to say. But you know what? I don't drag people in things just because. Just because you're cruel. You keep bringing up these people down in Florida that cannot, they, for whatever reason, they don't think you're, I mean, really, you're trash. You're so beneath them. They don't even want to speak. I do on my own accord. If I say anything, if I take up for anybody that lives in Florida, it's on my own because I can't stand injustice. I can't stand hearing you talk about people that I know that are not like that. Now, the ones you were sitting with at my mother's service and passing those little text messages like notes at school, I ain't got nothing for them. You didn't, you're so halfway, and you're like, oh, the time stamp. Yeah, it was that day, but the funeral was over. No, Jacksonville is a big city, dipshit. And you have to go from the funeral home to the cemetery, which I'll be happy to map out for anyone. And it was during traffic, which would have been, what time, Mary? What time does traffic build up in the afternoon? But regardless, you just couldn't think. You couldn't think, could you? Oh, we went to the funeral home. Well, you know what? There's a little bit more to that funeral than the funeral home. All right? And if you ever cared about anything, the only thing you did that if I could prove it, if I could, I would. It's just been, it's hard to after all these years. I know, my mother knew that you took her credit card to pay for your father's service. She tried to blame another one of, but you know what? The only reason she mentioned that was because you were like, no, it wasn't me. It was, it was, and we know it wasn't her because she wasn't even in her house. You came back to the condo and got the card and went back and thought you was going to be Miss uppity up. There's so many things that we can do, say about you, and up to this point, I've tried not to say too much that I can't kind of give why I think this way or show what I can. But I'm about to cut loose on you. I'm telling you, I've already told you, I've already started. You just don't have any idea. One more thing, Kenneth McBride, I'm not behind that. That's another waste of money. Why in the hell would somebody, only someone ignorant like you, would be trying to get someone out of prison who got life? Now, the other thing I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna say it. Look, he committed a crime because he was so in love with your baby doll dress himself. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, he'd probably walk right out of that prison if he did. If he was to ever get out, which he won't, but if he did, you could, chances are you're thinking in your mind, oh, he still loves me. I'll just dress up, with pigtails and kettle of beer and cut my big ass saucer eyes up, and he'll go after someone else for me. And he'll take the fall for it again because I squeal first. Don't get me started. I got to take a break. I'm gonna stop and tell you to, I hope you get a first. I hope the end of your days when they come are as painful and as tormented as you have done to other people. Everything. I hope it comes back on you so strongly and so powerful that all of a sudden you will understand exactly the words that have been coming out of people's mouth.